But people never tell you you can have a business in what you love.
So what do you think it takes for a person to reinvent themselves over and over again and be successful?
You just have to. I learned how to manage multi-million-dollar budgets, and that obviously helped me. So my whole life revolves around fitness.
Okay.
What makes me feel healthy? What will allow me to live the longest? And I'm almost in my 40s and I don't have kids yet. So if we do decide to have kids, I need to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible and as agile as possible.
Mindful Combat. Inspiring people, inspiring you.
Welcome to Mindful Combat, the podcast where we inspire, motivate, and help you grow. All right.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you for letting me come here and
of course,
be in your amazing studio.
Anytime.
All right. So let's start. We're getting to know each other.
Yes, we are.
So it's incredible because I'm here in your studio and you were just telling me that you studied journalism, that you've had like 5 careers. So
yes, I like change.
Okay.
So sometimes I like to turn my life upside down and do something different.
Okay.
So I started in journalism. I interned at NBC. I worked for a show called Live Miami with Trina Robinson and Roxy, and I loved it. But then I started applying for corporate communication jobs, and my boss at the time told me, hey, I think you would do really well in business. So I'm always open to trying something. So I did an internship at Burger King Corporation.
Okay.
And I got the job. And I was in food and beverage for almost 8 years. I was at Burger King, PepsiCo, Diageo. Yeah. So very corporate companies, business, casual, or business suits.
Yeah.
Sit behind a desk, very formal presentations. I loved it. I used to travel 2 to 3 weeks out of the month. But then I'm somebody that I do something while it fills my cup.
Okay.
And then once it stops, then I pivot and I'm like, okay, so why isn't this filling my cup anymore?
Yeah.
So then I was traveling too much. I felt like I was missing out on life. So then my boss from Burger King was the CEO at Four Eyes. And so he hired me there. So it was another corporate job. And that was a little better because it changed industries. I learned really quickly. So it was a new industry and I was like, okay, fine. My brain is stimulated.
Yeah.
But then I went to Japan with my husband and I had this epiphany and I was like, I don't want to work in corporate anymore.
Whoa. Yeah. What happened before you had that epiphany?
I don't know. I just felt that at the moment, transactional was fine for me. And I was enjoying it. Again, I loved it. I wouldn't be able to be where I am without that experience.
Yeah.
But that was it. I felt like no more joy for it. The purpose had been fulfilled. I was very shy, so it got me out of my shell. I learned the do's and don'ts of business. I learned how to manage multi-million-dollar budgets. And that obviously helped me help manage smaller budgets.
Yeah.
So then at the time, my brother, something happened at his business. Someone stole from him and he told me, hey, Nati, do you want to come work for me? But I was without a job for 5 months.
Yeah.
And I identified so much with my job. That was who I was, my master's degrees, who I worked for, these huge companies. And so when you stripped me from that, I was like, oh my God, who am I? I was always, Nati, she's so smart. Nati, she works for Pepsi. Nati. And everyone who knows me from back then would probably be like, oh my God, all she does is talk about the companies that she works for because that's all I
That was your identity.
That was who I was.
Yeah.
And so when I left corporate, I went through this existential crisis. I was like, oh my God, who am I? What do I like? Which I'm sure a lot of people go through.
Absolutely.
I just went through it very young. I was 20. No, I was 30.
Okay.
30. I had just met Danny. I met Danny at 29. He was the catalyst.
Oh, all right.
Danny was the catalyst.
Wait, so you mentioned him twice already. So
yes.
We're going to have a podcast with him too.
Yes.
So you'll see him. You'll get to meet this catalyst.
Yes. He was the catalyst. It was always there, but he definitely brought it out. So I was like, so first of all, I've always worked out. My life has always been fitness. So when I started working for Burger King and PepsiCo, people were like, well, that doesn't align with like what you believe in. I'm like, well, technically PepsiCo has Gatorade and has healthier brands. Yeah. So I kind of stuck to that. But yeah, you're right. So it didn't really align with my personal beliefs.
Yeah. So what are your personal beliefs?
So my whole life revolves around fitness.
Okay.
What makes me feel healthy? What will allow me to live the longest? And I'm almost in my 40s and I don't have kids yet. So if we do decide to have kids, I need to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible and as agile as possible. Yeah. So I've always loved that. But people never tell you can have a business in what you love. I don't know. I just think that like just Hispanic culture, and I've heard Middle Eastern and Asian, there's a lot of cultures. It's like doctor, engineer, business. Yes. You know, suit jobs, right? Yeah. So that's what you do. Yeah. But my passion was always fitness. I started working out at 15, and I was like, that's why Danny was the catalyst. I was like, oh, wow, he has a business of what he loved to do. Yeah. But he got a lot of pushback, right? He was never the suit guy. Yeah. And so he really had to push for living that lifestyle. And he inspires so many people. He changes so many lives. When I kept seeing everything that he was doing, I was like, okay, I want to do that. I want to help inspire people. But then the question was, how do I do that? Yeah. Like, I'm not him. Yeah. So how do I do that?
How do you find your way?
How do I find my own way when I've been not the corporate girl? Yeah. So I've helped a lot of people with their businesses. I helped my mom with her wedding planning industry, wedding planning business. I helped Danny. I helped my brother. And I was like, okay, well, fuck, no, sorry. I don't know how to say it. I was like, I'm a potty mouth. I was like, it's my turn. I feel like it's my turn. Yeah. But I was like, Danny already has the gymnastics and the ninja and the martial arts. So what is something that I could do? So at the time, I was driving an hour and a half to Boca, an hour and a half back. And I was working like 10 hours on top of that. So I was exhausted. I didn't have enough energy to do these very explosive workouts like ninja. And as much as I wanted to, I was dead. Yeah. And so I started doing Pilates. It's still a difficult workout, but you should feel better at the end of Pilates than when you started. Like I had back pain from driving so many hours. Yes. And so I was like, let me do a workout that helps me, right? That gives me energy, that doesn't take energy from me. Yeah. So that's how I started Pilates. All right. And I was like, wow, this is something that anybody, like, no, it doesn't, I have a member that's 85 years old. Yes. And I have members that are 12 years old. Wow. I have people who've never worked out in their lives, and I have athletes. So I was like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. Right. And Pilates was just starting to take off. Right now it's everywhere on every corner. My studio's been open 3 years, so it was just taking off. And I was like, okay, again, how do I do this to like my style? Yes. Right. There's usually two business models, privates or duets, like one or two, or large format, like 10, 12 machines. Yeah. I'm very high maintenance in terms of attention. Danny will attest to that. I like the attention to be on me. I'm like, is my form right? Am I doing it right? Make it harder, make it easier. So I wanted a studio that I can give what I like to receive. I would go to studios and I'm like, well, no, I don't want to talk bad. So I would just go to just businesses in general. Yeah. Restaurant, fitness, and I wouldn't get the attention that I liked. I'm very high maintenance with attention. I'm like, I want attention. I want the attention on me, not in life, just when I'm working out. Yeah. Right. And I wasn't getting that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can't do more than 6 machines. My oldest brother, he's very business savvy. He's like, Natalia, you can make so much more money. You can add more machines. I'm like, no, because then I won't be able to give people the attention that they want. Yeah. So I can have in a class someone who's never worked out. That person's going to be very different from somebody who's an athlete, from someone who's postpartum. Yeah. So I have to be able to have a class that's small enough where I can tailor it. Yeah. I have some members that do weightlifting. They're like, oh, yesterday I did arms. And in my mind, Pilates is always full body, but sometimes I was like, he already worked, or she already worked out this. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, everybody else is doing this and you're going to do this. But I can do that because the studio is semi-private.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I created almost like a new business model. Don't quote me. I'm sure there's studios out there with that business model that I knew of, that I know of in South Florida. There was no studios with 6 machines, like with that middle ground.
Yeah.
It was a completely different price point. I was going to be a little bit more expensive, but I knew that I can back it up. Like once you come here, you're gonna be like, oh, I understand.
You're pampered almost.
Yeah. Yes. You come in here. I know who you are. I know where you were vacationing. I know where you live.
Yeah, like I know.
I know. So that personal attention and that small attention to detail, like that's why I made it.
Well,
how I made it.
And tell me a little bit, because I was I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, I don't know about Pilates.
It's a combination of gymnastics, ballet, and just basic strength exercises.
Yeah.
The cool thing of what he did was he created these machines from a bed and springs.
No,
so
Joseph,
they're called the apparatus, right? A classical studio will have all the apparatuses, the reformer, the chair, the tower. So I want to add that. Obviously, it costs a lot of money, and when you do classical, you use all of the apparatuses. So you do like 1 or 2 exercises here, you move to the chair. Contemporary, you could do everything on the reformer, or you could have all that. Like there's more flexibility.
Okay. Yeah.
It's exercise. You just want people to exercise.
Why? Right? So what is why you say your life is about movement?
Yes.
Right? So tell me about that. Why is movement so important to you?
So I was just having a conversation with some women that were 50 plus, right? And they were like, I come here so that I don't have pain. Yeah. So there's a whole spectrum of exercise. And it's like, when I ask people, what is your goal? You fall along the spectrum.
Yeah.
I would say like the most basic spectrum is mobility. Somebody who can't stand, who can't sit up, who can't sit, right? They've lost function of like the basic function of their body.
Yeah.
All the way to like an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? People fall like various.
Yeah. But what about for you, for nothing?
I'd like to be on the athlete side.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm an athlete. Danny says sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. It's a mentality. My whole life. No, Danny says I'm an athlete. My whole life revolves around fitness.
Okay.
And my brother's like, you couldn't pay me for my life to be yours.
It's
not for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, and it helps that Danny is in the same mindset, right? So like, we have the same allergies. Like, we only eat at home. We meal prep. Right now, for example, I taught. I have you. I'm gonna go home, eat my breakfast, and then go work out.
Oh wow!
And then to come back and teach it. My whole day is, and I couldn't be happy. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted my entire day to revolve around fitness. And they say if you make your love your business, you'll hate it. That's not true.
Oh no, you never work a day in your life. Yeah. That's the other shit.
Yeah. I can't get enough of it. Yeah. Obviously, there's days that I'm tired, right? Because that's why there's a certain way I have to eat to fuel what I do with my life, right? People are like, oh my God, you eat all that? I'm like, yeah, I'm exercising all day.
Yeah.
Like I'm showing the exercises.
As a child, were you also motivated? Like did you go towards sports? So
no.
No?
So
when did it change? What happened?
The funny thing is, people who were raised with me would be like, Nati into sports. So my mom is very old school. She thinks that girls shouldn't do sports unless it's like dance, gymnastics, ballet, like very like, and I'm like, snowboarding, skydiving, like doing everything that my heart desires now. Yeah. So no, when I was little, I played piano classically 10 years. I did pageants, beauty pageants, and I did dance.
Okay.
So dance. Yeah, I started training at 15.
Okay.
Because when I started doing pageants, you need to be toned and things like that. So that like kind of sparked my love for it. Yeah. And my mom was like, there's a lot of women I know that were skinny like you, and then they gain a lot of weight because they don't know how to eat properly or exercise. So my mom was always very like, I want you to know how to eat well and how to exercise so that you're always healthy. So I really thank her for that. But no, I was like 60 pounds, maybe. I was super skinny. And my mom's like, no, te vas a lastimar. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. No, te vas a lastimar. Oh, I want to do soccer. No, te vas a lastimar. And so she never put me. I had interest. I was the fastest girl in the mile. in elementary. So I
Oh,
had that
wow.
potential.
Yeah.
But when you don't come from an athletic family, they
Yeah.
don't, she
Nurture
saw my
that.
potential that for pageants. She saw my potential for piano, like,
Yeah.
because I started composing pieces on my own. But,
Okay.
so there was potential that her and my dad saw, but they're not athletes. Like,
Yeah.
So, right, you don't really spot that.
Yeah.
Hopefully my kids will be if they like it.
Yeah.
They'll at least be active. Can't be lazy.
So I don't want to push any buttons, right?
But push it.
So is doing this a little bit of a rebellion for, don't put me in the box. Don't tell me what to do.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yes, but maybe subconsciously. I was always like, do this. But I feel like that was always there because when I look, I was the fastest girl in the mile.
Yeah.
I always loved PE. That was my favorite class.
Yeah.
I just feel like it wasn't identified.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I did, I liked. Like I was a kid that you couldn't tell me to do something if I didn't want to do it. So
Okay,
I
good.
did love pageants. I did love piano. I did love dance.
Okay.
Everything has its purpose.
Yeah.
I started training like an athlete in my 30s. So it's never too late to start. I started track and field last year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So hopefully now I get to be faster at something.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. I've had 5 careers in a lifetime. I worked in corporate, in business. Well, I started in journalism. Then I worked in corporate, in beverage. Then I worked in corporate healthcare. Then I worked for my brother in healthcare, but small business and management. And then now fitness.
So what do you think it takes for a person to reinvent themselves over and over again and be successful?
You just have to want it bad enough.
Okay.
Like I'm somebody that I talk to my husband a lot about this. I'm like, if somebody complains about something, why don't they do something about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just, you put a mountain, I'll get over it. I'll figure it out somehow. Yeah. So I was like, okay, obviously it takes a lot of planning. It's not like, oh, I want to open a Pilates studio. No, like it took years of planning and, financial. So first was the business model. I was like, I don't want to do what's already out there. I don't want to be just another studio. Like you need to have something different about your business before you open.
Yeah.
So my business model was already different. You come here and the attention that you get is going to be different. So then came the financial aspect. I was in finance. So I love Excels. I had a whole Excel and I said, okay, my rent should be about this. These are going to be my expenses. This is how many memberships I need to have. Like I'm a very numbers oriented person.
Yeah.
Without that, I don't think your business can succeed. You can have the best idea, but if you don't have, if you're not good at finance or numbers, you need somebody that is. Okay. You need somebody that can be realistic with that. So the vision came to life. If you look at the logo, it has Danny's triangle.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Yes.
It does. So he's a little, I guess you would say, we're a little bit rebellious, and like we don't like to do what is just the norm, right? Like you asked me to be in a suit, I did it. I was happy, didn't work. Now I'm gonna do something, and now I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Now when people ask me to go out, I don't feel bad anymore. I'm like, okay, well, is this something that I really want to go to, or am I going for compromiso, like because somebody asked me to?
Yeah.
And I think that comes with your 30s too. Like as you get older,
confident,
you just don't care to please people anymore. It's not to be selfish either, but you're like, oh, does this serve my purpose? Am I tired? Do I need to rest? Because my job is very physical.
Yeah.
Right. So the logo has 2 triangles. One for 305 Ninja Academy. It's an homage to his gym, and then which represents him, and then the other triangle within that is me. And then on top of that, I'm religious, so Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Trinity, to protect the studio. And then glam has to do with my pageant background, like an homage to my pageantry. And then body, obviously, like, where you're working on.
Yeah.
So it is definitely an homage to his gym. Like his gym is my first home.
Oh, okay.
Right? This is also my home, but like that was really inspiring to me.
Yeah.
I saw people go through divorces, breakups, suicidal, like, just not happy with their body, whatever. And just, I saw what he was doing and I was like, wow, that's so freaking cool. Like that must be, I used to tell him that must be so fulfilling, and I sell soda. I mean, there's, it just not knocking it down, but it was like, I wanted something, I wanted more.
I see you got emotional when you.
I wanted something more, but to pivot, like, you just have to be sick of it. Not sick of it, because I wasn't to the point where I was sick of it. I have a little bit of ADD, so I was like, I'm bored. Almost like I'm bored.
Yeah.
I need to be like stimulated and excited about life. I need to wake up and be like, yes.
Yeah.
And I like that. I liked sitting at my computer for a long time doing finance, and I liked it. And one day it fizzled.
Yeah.
Over months it fizzled out, and I was like, that fire's out. I'm like, how do I turn it back on?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you wanted to change lives. You say I saw people going through divorces and suicidal, and that's where you really, I saw your face change.
Yeah. I like to help people. I'm very empathetic, like very emotional person. And when somebody tells me, oh my God, I didn't feel pain, or I have pain now, and then they leave without pain, that is very fulfilling to me. Yeah. There's obviously a selfish aspect of it. I have a better work-life balance. I get to do what I love. So I'm not taking away the part where, I thought about me first, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I thought about me also.
Yeah. I think there's a lot
like
of
I'm very energetic.
But you have
I'm very energetic. I learned very differently from a lot of people. When my brother started working with me, you can tell it like annoyed him.
Yeah.
I'm like a lot of energy, and then I need a break.
Okay.
And then a lot of energy, and then I need a break.
Yeah.
I'm like very outgoing, and then I need to see nobody.
Yeah.
I'm like I have extremes. I'm either really happy or not.
Yeah.
Or like, and that's just how I live my life.
Yeah.
Very I like to, like, even how I eat the same thing every day until I don't like it anymore. Very addictive personality. No, I never did drugs. I've never even tried pot.
You're hyper-focused.
I'm very hyper-focused.
Yeah, actually, it reminds me a lot of, we were talking with Danny about ADHD a little bit, and that kind of happens with ADHD.
It does. For sure, we both have it, but back then it was like you concentrate, or like, there was no...
You get a beat.
Pretty much, but people learn differently. They learn at different paces.
Yeah.
So, like, Danny was like, I was never super good at school, but it's because I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I tell my nephews, it's like, you don't have to be good at everything.
Yeah.
Like, these kids are like, oh, I have a B in reading, like, God forbid. I was a straight A student. I had a 4.4. So I'm not saying that you need to get bad grades, because no, then that's just being lazy. But you don't have to like everything.
And you don't have to get straight A's.
And you don't have to get straight A's. I mean, I did. Overachiever.
I did.
But people don't have to be good at everything to excel in life. You just have to be good at one thing, but be really freaking good at it.
Yeah. But in
Danny
your case,
just happens to be so good at everything. It's inspiring and so annoying at the same time. The only thing I beat him at is bowling.
Oh, wow.
I'm really good at bowling. I don't know why.
Well, and look,
people thought I was like in a bowling team. I'm like, no, I'm not in a bowling team.
Look at what you just said. You said that Danny's so good at so many things.
He's so good at he's so smart.
But you're saying, like, literally, you just describe yourself as somebody who has reinvented herself 5 times in a lifetime. Most people can't even do one.
Yeah, maybe I don't give myself enough credit. When I see him, I'm like, but he's like he's not a gymnast. He's like an Olympic gymnast. He's not parkour. He's like a stunt man. He's not just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't just like, okay, he's good with his hands. No, he built the gym.
Yeah.
Like, he's like exceptional at everything he does. And it's because he's like, I'm just not lazy. Like, I've put a lot of hours into the things I'm really good at.
Well, and he's hyper-focused.
He is very hyper-focused.
And what
We're very similar.
Yes.
I'm like, that you're me and a male. Like, you're...
And then you found each other.
And I never thought that would work out, because we have very strong personalities. Like, we can both have very bad tempers.
Yeah.
We've mellowed out a lot, I guess, with age. And also because we're not going to let people control our emotions. But he says we're different, but we have our differences, but we're super similar.
Yeah.
We're both pretty stubborn. We don't like being told what to do. Don't put us in a box.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect us. We're so nice, but I'm so big on respect.
You touch
coming from somebody
so
who
important.
used to be very disrespectful. I used to communicate terrible.
Oh. Wow. Okay. So
I know, yeah, that was
it. I feel like that's okay. What changed that?
It was just like, okay, so Puerto Ricans, we're very feisty, the women.
Okay.
I speak on my behalf, like my aunts and whatever. And you just learn a certain pattern of how to communicate and you think that's okay.
Yeah.
And then it's not.
When did it change for you?
I had a previous relationship that ended, and when I went to therapy, I was like, oh wow, this was my fault. I was like, I'm sure there was, there's stuff on his end too, but I was like, I was so disrespectful. I communicated. So I was very selfish. I was talking about Danny. I said, I was like, oh babe, we were in class and, I forget what we were talking about. And they were like, oh yeah, that's so nice of him. And I was like, he's such a good person. And the member goes to me, yeah, but you're a really good person. I'm like, yeah, but he's a better person than I am.
Huh.
And I was telling him that last night. He's like, no, babe, but you're a good person. I'm like, yes, but in my nature, it's to be selfish. I'm the youngest. I'm the only girl. I was raised that way. Not in a bad way. It was just done like without noticing it. But even when I'm speaking to people, and this is what I was telling Danny yesterday, I'm thinking, don't interrupt them. Don't interrupt them. Listen to what they're saying. Yeah. Because I was taught like Hispanics, you talk over each other, whatever. And that's not proper. You have to listen for real what that person has to say, and then you respond based on what they have to say. Yeah. But by nature, like growing up, it was about me, what I felt like. So if you told me, oh, this bothered me, I'd be like, good luck, it doesn't bother me. I mean, that's wrong, because if it bothers you, then that's justified. But I'd be like, oh, just get over it.
You're saying nature, and it sounds like you've changed. And one thing that I was thinking about,
I don't know if it's my nature, if it's just immaturity. I don't know.
I mean, no, you pointed it out. I mean, that's how we grew up. I mean, we're socialized that way, right? And you're also talking. You have a mind that works a lot.
I do,
right?
Unfortunately,
never. But I mean, it's helped you.
Yeah. It has. It's the double-edged sword, I call it.
And I think one thing that you also talked about that is very important is, okay, so one thing I noticed is, when you talked about movement and how Danny was changing lives, and how when you talked about divorces and suicides, your face completely changed. Right now, just talk about how becoming a better person, going to therapy, growing.
Danny's always like, you chose to change.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't feel like there was like a moment where I was like, oh, I'm going to change. I was just like, I never want to go through that again, and I never want to put someone through that again. So what can I do? And I don't know, there wasn't like a specific moment, but I was like, oh my God, I was like, I was so mean. Like, I said all these things and I talked this way, and I was like, that's not right. But Danny's like, there's people who go their whole life like that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They just don't change. But I'm like, but that's wrong.
That's life.
That's wrong how I used to communicate. So
you changed.
I chose to change. Yeah, that's what Danny says. It was very much a choice.
But you see yourself like you're still there. I don't think you've seen your change, like truly.
Yeah.
The way you talk about him and the way you talk about you. I mean, you are just as amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And another thing that I was thinking is, like, when two people get together, I wish should have done a video with both of you.
With both. That wouldn't be good. Together, we're like a bomb. We have the maturity of a 10-year-old, so we're together.
When you put two people together that are compatible, and that can really help each other thrive and be healthy, and you get what you get from both of you, right? Yeah. Two very independent, successful people that love each other. I mean, that is what a successful relationship is about.
100%. And marriage isn't hard. When people are like, marriage is hard, it's not. You're married to the wrong person. Not telling you to like end it, but there is such a thing as compatibility.
Yes.
It's easy. It's so easy with him. Like, he's also not like a man child. Like, if the dishes need to be done, he does them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy and Louis. That's his parents. Opens the door. We have certain things that we do. But like, for example, he takes out the trash. But if I see the trash is full and dirty, I mean, I take it out. Teamwork, right? Yeah. But it's understood. I don't have to tell him.
Yeah.
And I can speak on behalf of a lot of successful women what a relief. Because if I'm going to be working and doing 100% of the workload at home, no, then you need to make enough money to keep me home, to have enough time to do all that.
And even there, I have to say, they still have
and even then, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad still helped.
Yeah. Just, I have to say that.
Like, yeah, that's a good clarification for the stay-at-home moms. Like, your husband should still help.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to be with a man-child.
Yeah.
So that's a huge benefit.
Yeah.
Like, in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what I was telling him yesterday is sometimes people go through things and I'm a little harsh. Like, for example, and one of my best friends was going through something difficult, and I was like, it's like not that difficult. Like, she needs to like toughen up and then I had to go through something similar, and I was like, well, shit, this is really hard. So that my empathy for people, yes, I'm empathetic.
Yeah.
But since I was raised to like, no, you don't cry, you keep going. Sometimes the empathy for what people are going through is difficult for me to be like, oh, well, how I told you, I'm like, just go, like mountain, go, like change. So that's where sometimes, like I told Danny, sometimes there's things that I have to go through to be able to empathize more.
Yeah.
I don't know if it emphasizes a word.
Well,
it's like maybe be more understanding. I'm very like hard in the sense of like, life is difficult, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're saying. We are socials. The first thing when a kid falls, get up. Nothing happened, right? That's how we're raised.
I am like that with my nephews. They eat shit at the gym. I'm like, ooh. And like, because if you react really strongly, then they will. Obviously, they're not my kids, but I still feel a huge responsibility. I'm not going to take them to my brother with like a broken arm. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. My mom was like, si tienes depresión, ponte maquillaje y vete a compra. Like like my mom is very like, feel it, get up and keep going. Like when I was going through my difficult time, my mom forced me to go to a party. I wasn't ready. I went to the bathroom, I cried, I came out, like nothing happened. And I'm sure so many people can resonate with that.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes you have to get yourself out of that situation or get people to be like, go.
Yeah.
Danny has this saying, I can give you the rope, but you have to get yourself out of the hole.
Yeah.
Because there's growth like in that.
Yeah.
And like getting yourself out. But sometimes I'm like a little bit like, Danny was going through something with the gym and I'm like, oh, we'll just do this. And like I told him the other day, I'm like, I'm sorry that I wasn't softer. Yeah. Like I'm not soft all the time. I'm sure my members can attest to that. They're like dying and I'm like, keep going. Like I need to be softer.
You want to be softer.
Sometimes. I like that I'm tough.
Well, you're saying I need.
Right? I need to be in certain situations.
Okay.
I like that I'm tough.
Okay.
Right? But
so in what part of your life is it okay to be tough? And in what part of your life would you like to be softer?
That's where that's what I'm learning.
Okay.
Like I think the identifying that is what's difficult for me. Like at this moment, this person needs me to be nurturing.
Yeah.
They don't need me to be like, stop making excuses and keep going.
Yeah.
That's where I have a hard time. My mom's like such a badass. Like and my dad too. My dad is from Jersey. Like he's very like no bullshit kind of person. Like just keep going.
You grew up tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. The women in my family are tough. Just tough. Like mentally.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about that with somebody the other day. They're like, oh, I was really frustrated with this and this and this. And I was like, okay, something that I struggle with is people who are mentally not tough. And I don't know if that's personality. Obviously, upbringing influences that a lot.
Yes.
Because my brothers and I, all three of us are pretty mentally. Like, I never did something just because someone told me. Like, no, why am I going to do that? Like, what's the reason?
Yeah.
And some people are they're soft. Like, they do what they're told. They do what society says.
Obedient?
Maybe that's the word. They're obedient.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not bad to be obedient.
There's a balance. I think you're trying to find that
balance.
I
got in trouble in school a lot. So did Danny. This is where we like, right? I got a lot of detentions and demerits. Like, for example, I went to a Catholic school. You needed to put your socks up to here. Well, why? You're the nun, not me.
Okay.
Like that, you can't sexualize a child because their ankles are showing. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You can't paint your nails. Why? Like, so I'd go in with my nails painted. That obedience depends.
Yeah.
Big question mark.
Yeah.
Why are you being obedient? Does this make sense for me to be obedient?
Yes.
Break a little rules.
And so, like, I'm seeing the triangle, right? So there's obedience, there's like empathy and that softness, and there's still hard to go. And so it's like finding the balance between those three.
That's why I feel like Danny and I are similar. Like, we're empathetic, but we're also very resilient and tough. So it's like, okay, yes, life has difficult moments, but so what are you going to do about it? You're going to keep complaining? You don't like your life. So what don't you like about your life? Okay, so what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
So then stop complaining. Like that's just like, for example, my mom. Me duele la cadera, my hip hurts. Blah, blah. I'm like, okay. She, like, I don't want to say lazy because she's not lazy, but people put excuses to go to the gym. That's why the gyms need to be close to where you live or where you work.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I can't make it to your studio. And I was like, go to any Pilates studio. I need you to stop complaining. I need you to do something about your pain.
Yeah.
She started going. I was like, I take more offense that you don't work out. Go to another studio. I need you to be healthy. Like, so, that's what I mean by, like, I'm a little hard on that.
Yeah.
I gave her 1 month of complaining. That's good. After that, I'm like, okay, well, this is what we can. I give my opinion too much. I'm like, well, this is what you should do. And after a month of telling her, well, this is what you should do, I'm like, okay, well, you lost the right to complain to me.
Yeah. There's that boundary that you had to place.
Yeah. And I do that, like, even with myself. I'm like, okay, I don't like this. Okay, so what am I going to do? You give yourself a timeline for how much you can complain about something before changing it.
Okay.
I don't like my job.
That's a good advice.
Like, I don't like my job. I don't like my job. I don't like my job. I hate my... Okay. Not going to say that. I'm not going to be insensitive that Miami's expensive. You need a job, la, la, la.
Yes.
Start applying. Fix your resume.
Yeah.
Problem, solution.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where my toughness is good.
Yeah.
I'm very solution oriented. Sometimes too much.
Yeah.
My therapist told me don't give advice unless people ask for it. And I'm like,
well, there's a saying that I love. Any advice, any unsolicited advice is taken as criticism. Yep. It helps.
He's like, so in that situation, did they ask you for your advice? I'm like, no. He's like, so why'd you give them? I'm like, because I'm opinionated.
Well, and just how you are with others, you
I'm
are
right.
with yourself.
I'm kidding. I am.
No, but you are very harsh. Like in the beginning of the interview, you were being harsh with yourself. Then you show kind of your harshness towards others, and then you're like, okay, I'm trying to find that balance.
Yeah, yeah, you should.
And so we start with ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, I live what I preach.
No, but I mean with that kindness, with that softness, with yourself.
Yes.
Are you living that? Are you working?
I'm working on it.
All right. That's good.
I believe a lot in myself, so I do have a lot of confidence in what I can do and what I bring.
Uh-huh.
But Danny's like, oh, well, why are you not seeing this person today? Oh, because I'm crying. I don't want to cry in front of them. Like, that's where I'm like,
yeah,
don't allow myself to like
show.
I let Danny see with time. We've been together 8 years. At the beginning, he's like, well, why won't you cry in front of him? I'm like, no. And I would turn around. That's how hard, like, I used to be. Very, like, a shell.
Yeah.
But if you can, Danny leads the relationship. I let him lead. I love it. He's man enough to lead. That's the big point.
Yeah.
When you have a woman that's so ambitious.
Yeah.
And problem solver and like, I don't want to be your mom. You have to be a man for a woman like me, for like a woman with my character traits to lead me. But as women, we also have to be humble enough to let them.
That's true.
Because it's like, oh, well, if you can do it, Danny would tell me, well, all these women that say this, well, then do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a balance.
Yep. There's a balance.
It's nice being led. My brain turns off. I went to the supermarket. Some guy was like, "Oh, do you need help?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine." Oh no, I was at BMW and I was getting the stuff from my trunk to the loaner. "Oh, you need help?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." He asked me one more time and I'm like, "No." He goes, "Oh, Miss Independent." I go, "Only when my husband's not here." Or my dad. Yeah. I'm a fairy princess when they're around. Like I do nothing. Yeah. Not that I do nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can. Danny's like, I've gone up and down those stairs 20 times. Anything else? You need anything else? I'm like, some water would be nice. Yeah. So I speak on behalf of all women that are very ambitious. If you can find a man that's more ambitious than you, it's great. And that you respect that.
I mean, I think not only is he more, I don't know if he's more ambitious than you, but there's a softness to him, I think, that allows you to be soft with him.
You know what? That's a good point. Yeah. And he gets that from his dad. Like his dad is strong but soft, like strong but kind, tough, but like, and Danny's like that. He's like, men are supposed to, who said men are not emotional? Mm-hmm. He's like, men are supposed to be emotional, just like women. Yeah. He goes, we've been taught not to be. And that makes us not be able to connect with women. Mm-hmm. So Danny's more in tune with his emotions than me. And he's helped me become softer, like more empathetic, more, he's helped me with that. A male. Yeah. So you would never think.
Exactly. And so that's why it's so important. Like when you said
the yin and yang.
Yeah, it has to be, and you create that balance, right? There's a little bit of white in that black, and then a little bit.
Have you experienced that?
Well, my husband and I are very similar. I mean, we're both. I don't know we're both Capricorns, me and my husband. So we're very alike as well. Very like we both lead. Yeah. But
Danny's a Taurus.
Oh, okay. Are you a Gemini by any chance?
No, I'm an Aquarius.
Right.
The box. In the box, free spirit, Yeah. I think my sun is Aquarius, my moon is Aries.
Oh yeah, that makes
which
sense.
Is my emotions.
Yep.
And then my rising is Taurus, which is Danny. So
that's nice.
Makes sense. Yeah. And then his rising is mine, Aquarius. Yeah. So, there's some truth to that.
Yeah. I mean, my husband and I are both Capricorn suns, both Scorpio moons.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm sorry, not moons.
Don't have sex in Valentine's. No more Scorpios. My whole family's Scorpios.
Not moons, I'm sorry. Risings. We're both Scorpio risings.
My dad, my middle brother, my brother-in-law, my niece, my nephew.
Oh my goodness.
And now there's a bunch of Aquariuses. Me, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my nephew.
Oh my god. So that's like out of
stop having sex on Valentine's Day.
That's hilarious. No, but we're rising. Our rising is Scorpio, not moons.
Okay. My favorite person in the world aside from Danny is my dad. He's a Scorpio.
Oh, there you go. He's
not really a Scorpio.
But one thing that it resonated with me that you said a long, like I don't know how long was that the relationship was easy. Before my husband, I thought relationships were incredibly difficult. Yeah. And then my husband
I was difficult.
And he was like, "Oh."
And I was a lot. Danny told one of these, we have a girlfriend going through like a breakup, and he goes, "Nati is a lot, but I can handle her."
Yeah.
So you can be a lot, but not too much for someone.
Exactly.
Because I used to be like, "Oh my God, I'm a lot." Yeah. I know I'm a lot.
Yeah.
But like, right. There's someone that can hold all that.
Yes.
Absolutely. That can capture all of that.
And is that I always talk about
and it's easy.
Are we compatible?
Yeah.
Right? And that's when you
have to talk about like things that are important, like how you would raise your kids.
Oh yes.
I don't think the house should be divided by political views because they're all full of shit, but it comes down to like core beliefs, like should be also aligned.
Yes.
How you view the education system once you're, if you decide before you have kids, how you view your family. So I used to put my family before my spouse. That's wrong. Yeah. That's a very Hispanic thing.
Yeah.
And especially for girls.
It doesn't allow you to integrate.
Yeah. And your family is always more important than the males. But they're both important.
Yeah.
So that was also a learning lesson for me. And Danny comes first. And then my family. That was also another.
Because your nucleus is your new.
Yes, but a lot of people, they get into arguments with their spouse over their family. I'm like, no, I'm not getting into any arguments with Danny over anybody.
Yeah.
My barometer for how people treat me and respect me is how Danny treats me. If you don't treat me how he treats me, you're not in my life.
Yeah.
And that's a high barometer.
There you go.
Standards.
And so after all we've talked about, right? There's so one thing that again got stuck to me is the importance of you being free to move and how that's allowed you to not only be out of the box, to I want to say change your emotions and soften and so the catalyst was Danny, right?
It was. I was gonna say you have to be with somebody if you're gonna be in a relationship that allows you to reinvent yourself. Because some people are like, "Oh, you're so crazy." 100%. I was making 6 figures in corporate, like at 27. I was making really good money.
Yeah.
Anybody else would be like, no, like, because that's safe, right? I have a fixed salary. I'm like doing well. I was already like on my way to becoming like a director. And so he was like, no, quit. Yeah. Obviously I had a 6-month severance package. So I had 6 months, you got to do it the right way. Yeah. I was like, I'm not quitting, but if you guys want to lay me off, feel free. And they're like, well, sign this letter. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm out of here. But I got 6 months of salary.
Yeah.
So with that, like, I'm very frugal with my money, thanks to Danny.
Yeah.
Dollar store. Another lesson I learned from him. You can buy a lot from the dollar store.
There you go. So,
birthday cards.
Yeah.
They're like $10 with the balloon at the dollar store is $2.
I
don't know. Anyways, that's super off topic. But.
No. I mean, because I asked you how do you reinvent yourself 5 times? So you plan.
I plan.
It's not like to leave, and you learn how to budget.
Courage to leave, I would say, is the biggest one, because I'm sure people have. You figure it out. Money comes and goes, right? You figure it out. I did have 6 months severance, and then my brother offered me my job. It was $30,000 less than what I was making, but at that point, most people. I would say most would say, oh no, I'm going to go with the job that offers. I had a job offer from a corporate and a job offer from my brother. And they were significantly different. I said, no, I don't want to travel more. I chose my work-life balance over that extra $30K.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to choose that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
My gym is still growing. My studio's still growing. Yeah. So I do my own nails. I, do my own hair. Obviously, I have somebody cut it. I try to do my eyebrows as minimal as possible. Yeah. I'm like very frugal with my money to make sure that this continues to grow.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be a sacrifice when you reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Like I told Danny, all right, well, all the anti-aging acupuncture things that I was doing, that's going to have to be put on hold. My nails, they're so expensive, $150 for a manicure, pedicure, but it's a luxury. I was like, that's on hold. There's sacrifices. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices to reinvent yourself.
And I think you just, that's it. This is what made this. I was kidding.
Yeah.
That is right on
that's, yeah. You have to. There's no other way. So when I opened the studio, I had a business loan and I was working for my brother at the same time. So I stopped my luxury spending a year and a half before I opened. And I used my salary from my brother with my brother's job, like when I worked for him, and what I saved on this business. I touched that business loan at the very end, and for the big expenses, like the deposit for the space, that was like $12,000. That I took out of the loan. So you have to be willing to make those sacrifices. Danny studied medicine. He also reinvented himself. He started at 36. He was like, I've been wanting to study this. Oh, do it. We had no weekends, no trips, no nothing. So there's, when people look at us, all they see is like the results.
Yep.
I think Taylor Swift said a lot of people love, I think she said success, but they don't love what it takes to get there.
Absolutely.
And there's like, I love Taylor Swift.
All right.
But you do sacrifice a lot to be able to make those changes.
You have to.
You have to. There's no other way. Like my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad's like, I can do that. You have to live within my needs.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, yeah. That it has to be worth it.
Yes.
Is it worth it to you?
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of material things. I'm a car person, so that's really the only thing I spend my money on. Everything else, I'm like, okay, all of this can go. Like, I don't care about my nails. I don't care about, like, there's for some women, they need that. So you also have to be realistic with yourself.
Yeah.
I like nice cars. So that's the one thing that I spend money on. Everything else, I could wear the same outfit to every event. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So you have to, if you're realistic with yourself, then you can be realistic with your goals.
And reinvent yourself.
And reinvent yourself.
I love that.
In 10 years, I'm sure I'll be somewhere else. We're dead.
I'm looking forward to that.
Listen, I love snowboarding in Wyoming. I'm Aquarius, more impulsive. I told Danny, let's sell everything. Sell everything and let's move. I would be living already over there. Danny's like, no, we have to keep the Miami house. And like, he had a year. I hadn't opened my studio yet.
Yeah.
And he had a year left on his lease.
Yeah.
And he hadn't finished medical school. He was just finishing. I'm like, dude, we could do it now. You have a year left.
Yeah. With
your lease at your gym. You close it. Your medicine, you do it over there. I was like, I hadn't opened GLAMBOD yet. It had just become a thought.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do. I would like. I don't think I do.
I have a question for you because to me, and you asked me about my husband. My husband is my rock. I am like the balloon. I can fly anywhere.
I'm the tidal wave. Right?
So
and Danny's the rock.
That's what it sounds like. And so here's my question to you: are you happy with the fact that you said because he wanted to stay? Right? Yeah. Are you happy with the results of staying?
Oh yeah. I mean, I make my happiness. I'm a very active participant in my life.
Absolutely.
I don't just I'm like, okay, so we're staying. He had thought about it like, oh, if we have kids, we want our parents close by. Yes, but I just need Danny. Like, I'm like, I love my family, but I'm like a tidal wave and Danny, a very strong rock. And I just like crash into it, but like we mesh. Yeah. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm sure it would have been different if I would have been like, no, I 100% want to move there.
Yeah.
So we said, no, eventually we'll get a vacation home there. I'm like, okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so what am I going to do here? And then that's where everything sprung up. But I'm the type, I'm like, oh, I have this. I have it in my 401k. I'm like, let's put it in here. Let's move, leave this. I was already like, and he was like, whoa.
Yeah. And sometimes we need that. That's
we need that.
Compatible.
He like grounds me a lot. Because sometimes my ideas are like, I have good ideas, but like,
we need that. I also need that.
Yeah.
And
your husband like,
he's my rock.
Like in what way?
Oh, in every way. Like I mean, I've done a lot of things as well. And so he supports every crazy thing I do.
You seem super creative too.
Yeah. So I've done everything as well. I mean,
like what?
Jewelry, music.
Yeah.
All with him.
There you go. No.
And he's
some
like, okay,
personalities need that.
Yeah.
There's some people that can work the same job for 30 years.
Yeah.
I cannot fathom that.
So,
my heart would wither away.
Yeah. Me too.
I need to be excited. When people come in, I'm like, good morning, let's get it.
But you need some, like, I if he holds me, so I'm not all over the place. So
well, yeah, because then I become a typhoon.
Exactly. Like, so there's enough cord so I can be happy, and enough groundness so I can really be happy.
Yeah, Danny's very grounded, and I told him I need to learn to be a little bit more like grounded. I have moments where like I'm somewhere and I'm not there.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've been married. It's gonna be, I want to say 23 years in February. Yes.
How old are you?
40. I'm gonna turn 41 next year.
Wow, you look so good. Wait, so you've been together? Wait, how many years? Since your 20s?
Yeah. No. We
in
actually
college.
we went out before.
Okay.
No, 10th grade. 10. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's how my parents are.
Yeah.
Since they were 19.
Yeah.
They're 60 something.
So
together. That's nice.
It's been a very long time. So what I would tell you is that groundness does.
It helps.
Not only does it help, but it is contagious. So you in my experience, right?
The butterflies.
You do tend to become more similar. So I have a little bit of his groundness, and he has a little bit of my crazy.
Yes.
And it becomes better.
You have to make sure that what you absorb from your person is a good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like good crazy. Yeah.
I'm a little crazy too. I think in that, but what's crazy? Like I told Danny, like my whole life, I was always told, "Oh, you're so weird," or "You're so like." I was always very different.
Oh, you're an Aquarius.
I was always super different. Even when they put me in first, I was in the regular program, and then I would finish really quickly, and I would distract all the kids. So they're like, "Oh, let's test her for gifted." They put me in gifted. I would still finish like. So my mom would get me like all these workbooks, and she's like, "Here, like use this to keep her distracted."
Yeah.
So I was always like inquieta.
Sí.
Always. And Danny's mom tells me the story. She's like, "Ay, Nati, if you have a baby like Danny, he would run around the house naked and nobody can get the pamper on." So Danny and I am like, I want a kid that's really entertaining. And Danny's like, "Oh my God, be careful what you wish for, babe." I'm like, just someone that's like a kid that's alive, that's like fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a kid.
Yeah.
So do you have kids?
I have 3.
You have 3 kids?
Yeah.
You look like you're 20.
We're going in the wrong direction. Yeah. Yeah, I got a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old,
God.
and a 13-year-old.
And I'm gonna be like 1,000 at my kid.
No! Oh my goodness.
Like 1,000 at my kid's graduation.
No! Oh, let me tell you.
I gotta keep up with the 20-year-old moms if I become a mom.
Well, nowadays,
in Europe, women have the kids very much older than here.
Absolutely.
And
that's common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Danny and I are like 50-50 on kids. Neither of us is 51. I'm like, that we should decide this like pretty soon, but none of us does this like, "Oh, let's do it," because there's always one person. I think sometimes it's both, but if not, there's one person that's like, "Yes, let's do it. I want it. We both want it, but we're like hesitant. So we're hesitant for different reasons. I'm not afraid to be pregnant or give birth. I was made for that, whatever. I'm worried about the postpartum.
Yeah.
I like to sleep. I need sleep. I think women in general, we use our minds more. So we need to sleep more than men. And I don't know how women do it, because I'm like, I have a lot now. My schedule is flexible. The thing is, I fill it.
Yeah.
Because I like to be busy.
Yeah.
But with meaningful work, but busy. Mm-hmm. But that postpartum, like mentally not sleeping. Danny and I, we don't argue. When we argue, we're hungry or tired. So like I'm sure our marriage is so strong, we'll make it. But like, I know it will be difficult.
Of course.
Especially when we're tired, because we both get cranky.
Yeah.
I wish the baby could just be born at a year old. If that was the case, I'd have the baby tomorrow.
I would tell you.
People are like newborns. I'm like, they just like, they're not fun. You're just like, "Oh, you want to hold her?" I'm like, "No, give me a toddler." And my brother's always like, "Yeah, that's because you're an aunt."
Yeah.
The newborns, they sleep a lot. Yeah. Well, after the 3 months. And I'm like, "Yeah, but give me a fun kid." I want to go into like,
I want to say it was difficult.
That's the most, that's what I worry about.
Yeah.
Not even the time or the energy or things like that.
It is
like the first like 4 months. Will you survive it?
It's so difficult. So difficult.
I feel like it's difficult that
it's worth it.
Yeah, but I feel like it's difficult that it's like you don't know how difficult it is until you go through.
Oh, it's difficult. I can tell you it's difficult. Like for me in particular, it was incredibly difficult. And so I only have one biological. My other 2 girls were adopted.
Well, we've talked about that.
Yeah, that's
you adopted your other 2?
Yeah.
So we talked about that.
So I could tell you that my first 3 years were incredibly difficult.
Up to 3?
Yeah.
Not helping the cause.
However, I mean,
I'm adopting a 3-year-old. Fuck that.
No.
A 1-year-old.
I would never change it.
Maybe a 10-year-old.
But it wasn't because of him.
Okay.
It was my difficult change, my difficult with whole.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I think people undermine how difficult it is on the woman.
Yes.
To transition into motherhood.
And I stopped working, and I am a hyperactive person. Oh God, yeah. So I didn't work for the hard. Yeah, but I can tell you, I mean, I would do it all over again.
Women are resilient. And most women tell me that. They're like, oh, I do it all over again.
Yes. It's so amazing.
I just told Danny, I'm like, how healthy can I be with a baby?
Yeah.
Like, oh, parents are so tired.
Yeah.
Like, all they tell me is I'm so tired. And I'm like, well, you're not helping.
You have one thing
I'm so exhausted is like the number one thing I hear from parents. I'm like, well, that puts me more on this side. And everyone's like, you'd be such a good mom. I'm like, I know, because I would be, because I'm, my parents raised me really well.
You have your parents.
No, now's the time.
Like, so I'm not trying to convince you.
No, I lean more if the baby, I'm super serious. If the baby could be born at a year, I would have the baby tomorrow.
Okay.
It's that first year.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, what are you talking about? At a year, they start walking. I'm like, yeah, but I have the energy. Like,
yeah.
And all the parents are going to be like, yeah, good luck. No, but I don't know. I haven't been through it. But I don't know. My body, and it changes, and then you don't feel like yourself, and then you're not sleeping, and then you don't have time for sex with your husband, and then maybe your husband, and how understanding is he going to... Danny's super understanding with that, but still.
Yeah.
Like... That's a big change.
It's a huge change. And
I know it's different having them like the whole day. And you can't return them.
You can't return them. Yeah.
It's really, I forgot that you said it's psychology. No, but that you're probably helping. You have 3 daughters?
2 daughters and 1 son.
Your son is the biological one, and your 2 daughters are the adopted. Yeah. Girl, and you adopted girls that were so complicated. Women are so complicated. We have so many emotions.
Yeah.
Danny would argue otherwise. He would say boys are also.
Absolutely. It's different. But.
So what was your catalyst?
Oh my goodness! No, we gotta come to it. We gotta come to it. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close it with a question for you.
Okay.
So we've talked about a lot of your journey, not all of your journey, but a lot of it. Yeah. Thinking about the little girl playing the piano, the little girl who needed movement, the little girl that started kind of creating this life, what would you tell that little girl if you could tell her anything?
I wouldn't change anything in my life. I would say you're going to meet someone who's really freaking cool, and your life is going to be amazing once you meet him. Yeah.
So because of him, you don't change anything? What do you?
Because if I change something, it wouldn't lead me to him. Yeah. I would say just keep doing exactly, like, be spunky, be hard-headed when you need to be. And eventually, it all works out. Life is going to give you lessons. You can decide to learn from them, or you can keep making the same mistakes. So life gave me the lessons that I needed, and I learned from them. And I've become a better person because of them. So I would say don't change anything. Your life's going to be awesome. Like, and especially after you. Danny's always like, you didn't meet me sooner. I'm like, I wasn't ready. We weren't ready. Like, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
We wouldn't work out if I would have met him how I used to be. We would have lasted. We wouldn't even have gone on the date.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right where you needed him.
Yeah. So.
Right where you needed
each
other.
I know her from high school.
Oh, wow.
By the way.
That's insane.
And we have the same last name.
Oh my goodness, that's insane.
Lopez squared.
Lopez squared. I love it.
No, so I would tell my younger self to just. I always thought I was like a very problematic child. And
so what would you tell her, that problematic child?
I wouldn't tell her anything because she has to discover that on her own. That she wasn't problematic.
Okay.
It's just people didn't know how to communicate to her. She didn't know how to communicate to them because she was a child. And you're not problematic just because you don't like following rules sometimes. I had straight A's.
Yeah.
So, like, I obviously followed some rules.
Yeah.
But sometimes rules are meant to be broken, and that's okay. I wouldn't tell her that. I would tell her, just keep on the path. You'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I liked her spunkiness.
Maybe you could tell her that.
Yeah. I liked her spunkiness to keep going exactly how she is.
Perfect.
And life works it out on its own. You just have to learn. You have to choose to learn the lesson. Yeah. If not, you'll keep getting the same lesson over and over again until you die and you don't figure it out, and then you come back again and then you have the same lesson again, or you learn it and then you evolve.
Yeah. You
can't evolve if you don't say, okay, I messed this up or I did this wrong, whatever, and how can I?
Absolutely.
And a good therapist.
Yeah.
You go to therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend therapy for everybody.
Of course.
It gives you like an outside perspective.
Yes.
But then your parents tell you, your family tells you, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, my little child was cool.
I love that. So where can we find you? Can they find you on Instagram? Where's
Instagram? So the studio's called GLAMBOD Pilates. The studio's in Doral. Come have fun with us. It's super fun here. You could also find us on Instagram, GLAMBOD Pilates Doral. And if you have pain, or if you're an athlete that really likes to be pushed, then come here.
There you
Personalized attention, one-on-one. I feel like I revealed a lot. That's you with your psychology background. She gets everything out of you.
Thank you guys.